Hey Lyle, this video's for you. I was on my way to the park trying to get in and flight before these clouds hit, and that's when I saw your post on RC Groups about still struggling with the leveling issue. So I thought, hey, got everything I need, why not just make a little video here. So let me put that down a little bit more. There. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just prattle on, but I thought maybe if you saw how I set up my BPQ, it might help you. Today is anything but an ideal day for for trying to level your quad and stuff, but that's what I got. So. Alright, so I have to pick BPQ 240. Alright. So here it is. It's the same thing that you got. Gotta put my battery on. So let me, I'm gonna chit chat while I do this, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm thinking here. So anyways, I started out with the KK1 board. I'm gonna talk about, this is about leveling, even though maybe it's all about me, I don't know. So I started with the KK1 board. Before it had, that's the board that it didn't level, and I spent 6 months with that thing, and all the know-it-alls on RC Groups, no offense to anybody if you're one of them, kept preaching you need to learn acro before you learn leveling, learn to fly. You know, some of them were pretty insulting too. Learn to fly, ha ha ha, you know. So so I did, and I proceeded to smash my freaking quad over and 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 over. And it was a miracle I didn't give up. And but anyways, I progressed eventually. I got a board that leveled, a multi-wing, and an APM. And I went from about a 350 up to, I don't know, I was flying 12-inch props at one time. All I did was once I got a leveling board, I like completely obsessed on getting the freaking thing to stick in the sky, motionless, not move, right? Because it's a confidence thing. You want to know that, hey, I took my thumb off, it's gonna freaking stop right there. And I spent a whole lot of time worrying about, you know, this kind of stuff. And if you go, and you can go and look at my videos on YouTube, and you'll see I have a bunch of them, you know, leveling tests. I compared different copters and stuff, you know, about how well they stay level and motionless and all that. And it's just kind of, anyways. So Romeo came along. We met each other on RC Groups, and Romeo came along, and he brought these freaking mini quads, and like, oh my God, these things are indestructible. You can smash them into anything. And that kind of changed how I fly. So I hit power, and I go. And when the battery's dead, I drop it to the ground. I don't know really, for example, how well this here, as it sits in my hand at this moment, whether this is going to be driftless or not. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So, but anyways, I thought maybe I would give you my procedure on how I would fix a drift if it was too bad. This is a Naze board, which Baseflight, if you have the Baseflight board, it's based on this. It's better. It's improved, but they're very much essentially the same. Baseflight is multi-wii, compiled for 32 bits. Clean Flight is Baseflight. it's been taken by a programmer who's really professional, and he cleaned it up, and now they're into the point of adding features and stuff. So they're essentially the same, exactly the same board. All right, so that's my procedure. So far, the first thing I do is I get the radio set to this quad. I don't know, I don't know how far along you are or whatever. Maybe this is redundant. Don't take offense if I say stuff that's obvious and stupid. Sorry. So so once I get my battery mounted like this, then the next thing that I do, this is way off, right? It is see, did I get it? And this is not right. All right. So let's move the battery forwards and try it again. It's still a little bit off, but it seems to kind of be equally bad. Well, this is actually going to go forwards a little bit. I hear people talking. They probably think I'm crazy. Hello.
Hi.
Alright, so by using these screws here, it's balanced. So I think that on this side here, there's the least amount of wind, and actually right now it's pretty still. Okay. So here's, let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, it's armed. It's in level mode. Everything's centered. Alright, so mine's drifting to the right pretty strongly. And let me just turn it into and make sure that it's not the wind. Okay, so it's still drifting to the right. Alright, so this is a perfect example. Alright, so every time I land, it's like this. Okay? Because I can't tell you how many times I've gone like this and set the freaking thing off. I once was hanging onto the quad once. As I reached over, it throttled up on my arm. It's great. So now put your throttle all the way up. It's disarmed, obviously. It's going to the right, going to the right, going to the right. So alright, so you see that blinking light right there? Alright, so every time that I go to the left, I'm going to the left, going to the left to correct for that drift. Okay? That was, I don't know, like 6 times or something like that. Alright, so throttle back down. I'll back up and we'll see how that drift is. Now clean flight might be just a little bit different on the trim. Okay, it's much better. I would be happy with this, and I would fly it. It's a little jittery. I've got the PIDs a little high, so it's a little wiggly. that I like it responsive like that. So, all right, so it still goes to the right, and it comes back. Well, all right, that coming back is from the wind, because the wind is not still here. See, now it's still going in the same direction, but it's still going to the right. Okay, so let's give it a couple more. Alright, it's disarmed. Throttle up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that. Now on clean flight, let me see if I can show you something here. If you want to reset your, I can't remember if it's gyro, I think it's gyros. You pull this stick down and you go to the left like this. See that green light? Baseflight is different. I know that when you pull the stick down and you go over here, nothing happens. And then you let go, and then it does it. So, I don't know on Baseflight if what you need to do is put the stick up and do a trim. Like, see the light flash? Well, for your trim, it might be that you need to center this stick and let go like that, or bring it down. You'll have to experiment to get that light to blink like that. Okay, so we got six more to the left. All right, and that's obviously too much. It's going to the left, even in the wind. So the breeze is heading in this picture. It's right to left. All right, so as you can see, it's drifting too far. So I went too far. So that was 6 inputs. Disarm. All right. Split the difference. 1, 2, 3. Didn't get it. 3. All right. Arm. It's drifting forwards a little bit. Alright, so at this point, really, you know, you can like obsess on it and put one in this way, one in that way, and trying to compensate for the wind. But there's no obvious bias in any particular direction that it's going to go. I wouldn't tune this again. Frankly, I wouldn't have tuned it in the first place, even though it was drifting. I need to fix that power wire. Alright, so let me do that first. I don't like how this can reach the props. So let's just, I know this will change the balance of it and everything. So anyways, back to my little story about having quads. Before I met Massive Overkill Romeo, I completely obsessed on just getting everything freaking motionless, because it's, like I say, it's a big confidence thing. You can go like, I just know that this quad is going to stop, and it's just going to stand still. As soon as I take my fingers off of it, right? And I spent so much time, balancing and checking and tuning and doing this process like I did just now before every single flight. But once I got the mini quads, take it out of the box, throw it into the air, hit power, and fly away. And and from then on, the mini quad was just tilted over non-stop, right? And I never ever hovered. And I began to see that really being concerned with a motionless hover when on an acro machine especially. I mean, I can understand it if you want to take pictures, you know, aerial video, but on an acro quad, you know, it's like, don't sweat the small details. Little right drift, I mean, I'm going like this, you know, who can tell that it's gonna, you know, drift just a little bit, right? So that's my input. I wouldn't get overly obsessed. If I was to do anything to correct this, the quad that you're looking at right now, is it's got that little wiggle in it, but it's got that wiggle in it because it's responsive. I don't know if you can see how quick that is, but it is. So get it close and get out and do that. All right, and don't ever look back. Just go for it. And that's my video, and I hope that helps you. I hope that everything's working like that for you. If it's not, if you do this maneuver and that light there doesn't blink like that, it's possible your endpoints on your radio need to be higher. Like maybe you have them set to 100 and your radio goes up to 120, like on a 9X, or I think on this one goes to 150. Turn it up, you know. If you've calibrated your ESCs, then I think you'll want to. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. That's all I have to say. I hope this video helps. It's probably too long. I talk too much. And good luck. And send me an email and tell me how it goes. All right?